There is a new plugin from Denise Audio called Bass XXL. And this is a tool to make your bass be heard on small, tiny speakers. So let's take a closer look. Bass is super interesting and oftentimes very challenging to get right, both in the mixing as well as in the mastering. And there are a lot of things to it, a lot of tricks that you can incorporate. And one of them is creating extra harmonics. So what we see here is that Bass XXL does supersize your low end, and it does that thanks to a proprietary algorithm that creates harmonics above the root frequency. Your bass will be enhanced even through earbuds and small speakers. So if you, for instance, have a bass at 60 Hertz, what this plugin does is it will add an harmonic frequency at, for instance, 120 Hertz, so higher. And another harmonic, lower in volume, like it will step down in volume at 240. And probably a few spaces in between. But my brain cannot calculate those spacings that quickly. But what that does is it adds the feel of that bass into a spectrum that is actually reproducible by the tiny speakers in, for instance, a phone. And making sure that you can at least identify and hear the bass on a phone is actually quite important. I can remember a track that I used to listen to a lot on my phone, but I never listened to the track for whatever reason on big speakers. And after like a year or something, I finally listened to it on my studio setup. And I noticed there was a bass line in there that was actually doing the opposite of what I was always feeling in that track. So it's very important that people get a sense of what the bass line is doing. And most of the times, this is being done automatically. If you have an acoustic played bass, a lot of times these harmonics will be in there already. Same goes with acoustic kicks and all that kind of stuff. However, with electronic music, it gets more difficult. A lot of synthesizers are very pure in their sine waves. There's not a lot of harmonics going on. And that is where a plugin like this can really help. So it is the ultimate low-end enhancement tool. It's actually based on a former plugin of Denise, Silky Harmonics made for bass, relieving the pain. One of the biggest pain points in professional mixing is to get a defined low end that translates well to all listening devices. Yeah, exactly. So it has a very sleek user interface. I really like the interfaces from Denise Audio. I don't use Denise products in my day-to-day workflow. I don't know why. But they do make very, very reasonable and nice interfaces. And oftentimes the processing is also done very well, which really makes me wonder why I'm not using it. Probably because I can already do it with my other tools. There's no gap in my toolbox where Denise Audio products would fit in. So let's take a closer look. And this is it. So we've got root, which is our bass frequency, which actually is how I perceive it, the center frequency around which it will generate these harmonics. You can set the amount of harmonics, and this is actually a mix knob as far as I understood it. It has oversampling, we can solo the effect, and we have a few settings to focus everything a little bit more. Now, before we're going to listen to this, I want to say that Denise did not sponsor me, but they did send me a license for this plugin, and that makes it very easy for me to review. They don't know that I'm actually making a video, and they have no saying in what I'm saying in this video. However, I do have an affiliate link available towards Bass XXL, so the link in the description down below will be an affiliate link. My channel is being financed by the community, for instance through these affiliate links. I'll link main affiliate links over here, but also through memberships, and members get early access to videos and tutorials, and one of them is a tutorial in how to deal with bass in your mixes and masters. I'll link it over here. Now let's listen. Oh, it's already doing something. Oh, there we go. So, of course, Things like, hey, just add some harmonics and it will be hearable on small speakers, isn't as easy as it sounds, because it will change the character of your sound. Of course, like if you change something, it will change more. It's not like a magic bullet that is like only works on your phone. No, it will also affect the bigger speakers. Yeah. Anyway, let's listen to the difference. But this is what it is adding. Actually quite a lot. I actually like it. It really creates a little bit more impact as well. So it doesn't only create better performance on smaller speakers, but it also really does something nice to the track. So we have a few controls down here. We've got pre-delay, which will basically delay the effect. We'll create some weird stuff, but sometimes this can help. We can mono or stereoize it. If we input a stereo signal, it will output a mono harmonic, but we can also choose to have these harmonics in stereo as well. Always be careful with stereo bass, because sooner or later it will be summed together towards a mono signal somewhere, and when it then cancels each other out, it can really degrade your track. We've got a slope which basically decides how the frequencies of those harmonics will roll off. So if you have the first harmonic, it will be at a certain level, and the second harmonic will be lower than that. And by lowering this, it will have a more gentle slope, as you can hear, like it says. Like the higher harmonics are way more apparent now. Very important for deciding how the effect is going to sound. And we have our range, so how far we actually want to go with these harmonics. It's basically where the filtering of these harmonics start. And you can really hear these two knobs well if you use the solo knob. So here you can hear that it's... So now we're really focused. And if we now... So that's how these two knobs work together. And basically that's it. This is a very, very simple plugin to achieve this effect. It is a very simple plugin, very effective plugin. It basically does one thing, which is creating harmonics. And it does that. You know, if you're looking for something like that, it's a great plugin to have. But there are, of course, multiple ways to achieve this. There are multiple plugins that can do this. What I did notice is that all these plugins do have a slightly different sound. I think it's because of the way they actually produce these harmonics. I think some of these actually have some kind of synthesis built in, while others use more distortion type of ways to create these harmonics. So yeah, a lot of colors to choose from, but this is one of them. And if you really need to achieve this in your production for your bass response, then this is a great plugin. But it can also be that you have a completely different issue with bass. So yeah, I'm going to link to Denise audio in the description down below. And if you want to learn more about bass, you can consider becoming a member and checking out this video. I'm basically going to tell you everything that I've learned about bass in mixing and mastering, and how I'm approaching certain problems. If you don't want to become a member but want to watch more videos, I'll link an interesting video over here. Thanks a lot for watching, keep pushing, and bye bye.